So I was just out for a run when I learned that Jimmy Kimmel has been pulled off the air by ABC Disney because of complaints made by Trump's Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, uh, because of comments Jimmy Kimmel made last night during his monologue. And this is so I was out for a run. I said, you know what? I've got to talk about this. So I got back from my run, and before I'm even showering, cleaning myself up, I want to stress the urgency of this moment by talking about this very issue. And I want to say three things. First thing is about corporations. And then the second and third things are directed to evangelical supporters of Trump in particular. So, first, with respect to um, corporations, we should not expect different from corporations like Disney and CBS. As Joel Bakken explained in his 2004 book, The Corporation, corporations are amoral entities. They function analogously to a clinical psychopath in that they have no interest in social goods. They are constituted to seek maximum profit returns to shareholders. That's what motivates them, unless they are a B corporation. So Disney and CBS do not care about free speech. What they care about is maximizing returns to shareholders. That is very much clear, and you need to respond accordingly. I would suggest, for example, if you have a Disney account, Disney Plus account, that you cancel it. That's a very minimal first step. Now I want to talk to evangelicals. So, evangelical Trump supporters. Uh, First of all, there are some evangelical Trump supporters who think Donald Trump is himself a Christian. And I'm respectfully not going to address you because if you still think Donald Trump is a Christian at this point, I don't know what would convince you otherwise. What I want to talk to instead are evangelicals who believe that they've made a deal with Trump, a sort of Faustian pact where he is their Constantine, where he would grant them political power and social influence, even though he himself is a complete amoral person and does not care anything about Christianity or Jesus Christ. I want to address those people. The first thing I want to say is a simple illustration I learned some years ago from Nicky Gumbel in the Alpha course. He gave the example of a man who became the most trusted man in an organization when he refused to lie to his boss. His boss was outraged at that, and then he told his boss, "If I can lie for you, I can lie to you." And from that moment, that man became the most trusted member of the organization, which was Selfridge's department store. The lesson there is if somebody can lie for you, they can lie to you. If Donald Trump can suppress uh, the First Amendment free speech of somebody you don't like, such as Jimmy Kimmel, he can just as well, in principle, or the next president could, on that same precedent, suppress your free speech as an evangelical Christian. So even if you don't care about Jimmy Kimmel's free speech, you should care about protecting at least your own free speech as a Christian in America today, which should then lead you to also protect Jimmy Kimmel's free speech by standing up against Donald Trump. Now, the last thing I want to say is because I'm addressing a group that already recognizes Trump doesn't really care about Christianity and has simply made a Faustian pact with Christians and they with him in order for him to achieve political power, in part by way of their support. Keep this in mind. He doesn't care about your religion, and he will accede to your religion as long as you are useful to him. The second you're not useful to him anymore, he will not be supporting your religious perspectives. So you don't have to wait simply for some shadowy Democrat down the road to apply the same suppression of free speech that Trump is modeling now to your beliefs. You can expect that very well Donald Trump or his successor may be the one from a Republican stance who will support or suppress your free speech. And if that is not enough to motivate you now to stand against this dictator, this wannabe authoritarian fascist, I don't know what else to say.